Welcome to Chat Communications, Happenings, and Trends Quick Shots with Janet and Lauren.
Like I've said before, my husband, my son's father, Sean Krause, passed away this summer because he didn't have health care.
Yeah.
And he died because he was poor in America, and it happens more often than people would like to believe.
And that was the number one issue for
Number
you.
one.
When the Democrats, Brett and Martha, were talking about health care, a couple of the people here at the bar, the Patton Alley Bar, it hit home, and that's why they voted for her. Of course, Josh Hawley's people are waiting for the results just about a mile from where we're standing right now. All right, back to y'all in New York.
All right, have fun at the pub. Thanks, Steve.
I think he has a better spot in many ways
That's
than
right.
some of our other reporters.
That's right.
All right, so we just watched a clip with it's Fox News, and it was Steve Doocy interviewing people at a bar right before the the day of the elections. And this is a bar obviously in Missouri, and they're talking about Hawley and McCaskill. And basically it's a little horrifying to watch if you think about it, because here's this woman, stating her, like, this horrible thing that happened to her. Her husband died. He died poor in America, and there's 45,000 people dying every year, poor. But not one of them, not Steve, or when it went back to Brett and the woman there, none of them reacted to that, and just the way that he said. And that's why they're voting for her. I mean, I don't like Claire McCaskill, but it's like it goes to that whole thing, like, yeah, we're Republicans, and we don't want to talk about this. Like, you should be talking about voting for Hawley because, or voting even using like the caravan and stuff. I mean, Claire McCaskill said plenty of shit that she would support that was Trump's, and of course, like, this Doocy guy has to act like such a friggin' prick about it.
I mean, Steve Doocy is like, he's a sociopath as far as like Fox and Friends goes. He's like the nice guy. Like, Brian Kilmeade would have been like straight up belligerent to that woman and like said, so you think Obamacare works? Like, Obama said like you could keep your doctor. Like, dude, like Brian Kilmeade would have like lost his shit on this woman. And like, there's also something to note there too. Like the clip, like when she starts speaking, she says, "Like I said," like, so that implies that that's a second take. Like that wasn't the first time they were talking to her. That was a second take, because he must have like not reacted the first time, and then he maybe filmed it second time. He's like, oh shit, I should show some emotion and act like a human. Like there's some attempt at sympathy there, but it's not there. It's not there. But you can tell he's trying, but he can't, because Steve Doocy's a sociopath.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, the whole story is horrifying. Like, her husband died because he was poor in America. And that's just a reality that Fox News is not allowed to confront, because that would counter their whole narrative. So, I mean, if you're not allowed to talk about something on your network and it's brought up in your live, it's kind of an awkward moment. I mean, it's just like the sociopathy, the sociopathy on display. It's just, it's so bad that it's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious because it's so awful.
Well,
so awful.
One of the things, like, when I was first on Twitter, I mean, I was on as, for my rare disease, and then I switched over and I was doing the Boston for Bernie stuff, so I started talking more and more. I mean, my thing was wanting single payer, and that's what I was pushing for even prior to Bernie running. I had been working towards just any of that stuff, because I actually did go broke on Obamacare, which was Romney Care. I'm in Massachusetts, so I had it a little bit longer than everyone else. But the whole thing is like just watching that and just in seeing that reaction, it was like that is what I got from a lot of centrist and right people when I was first talking about, that we needed, and I wasn't even using the numbers back then. I mean, I would use some of the numbers, but like I wasn't like pushing the numbers and stuff, and I was just coming at it from a human perspective. Like, okay, I live in my parents' basement in my 40s because both me and my husband are now disabled, and we lost everything, and so to just like anytime that I see something like that, like I mean, this is why like I wanted to pick out
Yeah.
a healthcare one because it just anytime I see something like that, it just drives me nuts because it's how can you not, because everybody gets sick. Everybody in your life is going to get sick at some point. Everybody is going to die. Everybody, so we all share that. Like you can't live forever, and you can't just deny the people that what's happening to people. I mean,
Right.
that's how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, like, this is Fox News. Like, he went out and confronted, like, real people who don't share their insane talking points, who probably aren't even, like, aware, like, they're, aware of this, aware of some of the shit they talk about. He went out and talked to a normal person and got an honest and genuine response that he was not expecting and did not know how to respond to. And, I think they were going out and trying to see if like voters were like, they were trying to, I think they were trying to solicit a response from her about the caravan. Like, oh, your biggest issue isn't the caravan, the invasion
Yeah.
that's coming in the United States. And she just totally like destroyed kind of what they had planned, and Doocy was at a loss for words.
Yeah, and it's not even the funny thing is that it's not even that McCaskill is or was big on medical,
No, she's not. But she doesn't want to act. She doesn't actively want the government to kill you, unlike the
Yeah.
Republicans do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so I don't know. I think that like until I mean this is the whole thing. Like we're doing these clips, and it's showing how the media like is just driving the narrative, because then it just seems like, all right, he's so blasé about healthcare. Even though that woman was like saying that her husband died, he still
Right.
can just be like this, so everybody
Well,
else
I
can
mean,
just be like this.
Fox News was built for this. It was built to push right-wing narratives. And, Doocy and Kilme have been on air for over a decade, at least since, at least since 2000, they've been on air. These people are totally desensitized. They're totally trained not to care about people or about issues or anything like that. I mean, like I said, again, like Doocy is Steve Doocy out of the Fox Friends. He's the nice guy. So, I mean, just think about that. Like, he's the nice guy. Like, they sent the nice guy out there, and he still couldn't like respond properly because they're not trained to be compassionate. They're not expected to be. But they don't. The network doesn't want them to be.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go to the next one.
You just listened to a chat quick shot. These are segments Lauren and I will be doing Monday through Friday for our Patreon supporters. As of Monday, November 19th, they will only be available on our Patreon at www.patreon.com/ActifyChat. For as little as $1 a month, you can support our show and also get this exclusive content. Thank you for listening, my friends.